Yes, people, welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome back to another pre-game show on Chelsea Perspective. And today it is a big one, a serious big one. Again, we need to win this one to show the world, to show the EPL, yes, again, we can actually compete this season, even though we're in a transition period. But that's, by the way, again, I hope everyone is doing well. And thank you so much for finding the time to join the show. And I said, this is the tradition here on Chelsea Perspective. I will go through the chat to see whatever we have there. I know the lineup is already out, but usually it takes time to reflect on the app that I use. But I'll get back to that. And I'm hearing that my boy, my man, again, this super footballer, he will be starting this one. Loves this chick. Stats that makes me very happy. But again, not really where yeah, in a position that I expected him to start. But I was thinking maybe Porter will decide to deploy him on the right hand side and bench as Paqueta. But let's see. I don't have the 11 yet. I know it's out already. Again, I prefer showing it on the screen, but I will show it to you the moment it comes out. Let's see what we have in the chat already. Again, if as you're coming in, please do take a second to like again the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Let's go through what we have. Glenn says that Chelsea. I'm not going to say all of them, but Glenn, I hope you're doing well. I had Kachila. Come on, you Blues. Yes, let's go. Let's do it. I'm a bit nervous and I'm trying to, should I say, unnervous myself. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. When you enter, I say helps the channel reach a wider audience. Yes, people, keep liking the stream. If you haven't, again, and please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Those things go a long way for the channel. Let me see again. All good, mate. Again, glad it's weekend and match day. Hope you're well. Again, more importantly, hope we'll win. And Glenn, it looks like you're better, and that makes me happy. Not too bad, Glenn. Yep, saying hello to each other. It says again, what's up? What's up to you too? I hope you're doing well. Not happy with that 11. Again, looks like there's quite some surprise in it. I haven't seen it. Roger, I don't know if you've seen it yet. Your thoughts if you've seen it already. And welcome to the panel, first of all. Sorry about that. Pardon my bad manners.
Not at all. You never have to apologize, sir. I am just trying to look for it right now, actually. Wondering if he put Jorginho in goal. I have no.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Let me just wait until it shows in this app. It's still showing the probable lineup on this app here.
Yeah, anything goes with this chat, doesn't it? I've checked the Fifth Stand, the BBC. I haven't checked Sky yet. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. And let me see if the Chelsea have tweeted out. It should usually. It should be again. It should be out by now, and some people already have it, like you're saying.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's less than an hour. So.
So let's see. Let me see if it's on Chelsea FC already. Sometimes it doesn't get to them quick.
Got it. Okay.
You have it on the club's website or?
No, I have it on BBC, sir.
Oh, okay.
Kepa in goal.
Surprise, all right?
Yeah. Wow, this is a bit of a surprise. Cucurella in a back three. Silva in the middle. Chalobah on the right. Aspie as a right wing back. Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho in the mid. Chilwell left wing back. Mount, Sterling, and Aubameyang. Wow, Pulisic. I don't get it, coach.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know. I suspected he wasn't going to say, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
To me, I think something isn't quite right, and we don't know what it is really.
Zakari's on the bench.
Now, I have started again. I've actually stopped asking questions about that again. But the Pulisic, his case is it's a curious one. What's going on really? And if Raheem Sterling puts up again a stinker today again, I don't know. Again, yep, Kepa, Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Cucurella. So okay, no Koulibaly, which means he's resting.
Koulibaly.
Yeah, he's resting. Is he there? Am I not seeing it? Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Cucurella, Aspilicueta, Loftus-Cheek, Jorginho, Chilwell, Mount, Aubameyang, Sterling. Yeah. So we suspected that was going to happen. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's not even in the lineup.
Yeah, so it's a rotation really.
Yeah,
Let's see what
well,
we have here. Yeah, go ahead. You were saying something.
yeah, but God forbid if someone goes down, like Silva goes down, who do we put in his place?
Yeah, but he should be on the bench at least. That's your argument, right?
Yeah, indeed, sir. Seriously, I mean, unless he's pulled something, you know,
Hmm.
you don't
Yeah.
know.
Again, Chilwell we're expected to start, but I didn't expect him to start with Cucurella, probably Cucurella in the left centre back position. Mount would suspect that he was going to start, but yeah, Christian Pulisic. I don't. I'm not sure what to say really. But I think he's gone. We don't know the structure yet. If it is what we're thinking, I think he's gone. One of the options we talked about in the morning, where again, Ruben Loftus-Cheek plays essentially with whoever he selects there. Okay, this is the lineup now. They have it there. Let's see. There you go. I think, yep. Loftus-Cheek centrally, and it's a 3-4-2-1 rather than 3-4-1.
1-2, yeah,
Yeah, because he's paying attention. He wants to be overloading the central area, so this
sure.
makes it easier. But yeah, we knew this guy was going to be here, but we thought Koulibaly would be here. And also, again, in my other lineup, I had this guy here, had these two here, but I didn't have this guy here. And I think, who did I drop? I think I dropped Sterling in that one. So I'm going to be looking out for Christian Pulisic's dad's tweet, right? I'm honest now.
Yeah.
Just,
Do you remember at the Villa game, coach? At the Villa game, I was saying, you know what? Yes, maybe we should wait until Brentford. And then when the
Mhm.
Brentford came, I said, there's a strong possibility he's going to start. I mean, I don't know how many times I have to keep on saying it's because of a rotation. It's not.
No, it's clearly not about rotation
No,
right now.
no.
And you could argue that whatever is going on there, the new owners are well aware of it, and I'm not sure what that is really. Um, but
Because it's not based on form. Yes, Sterling had a very decent substitution appearance versus
mhm.
Brentford, but I'm sorry, Pulisic was better, was much better. He came on and he lit it up. I've seen the game twice. I was so impressed with Pulisic. You know, I don't get
Mhm.
it, coach.
So Fred doesn't start, so that makes me even
Yeah,
happier.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So they're going for well. So Ericsson is basically their equivalent of our Jorginho.
mhm.
That's what they're doing. They're trying to
So more of
maintain.
trying to control the game too.
Yes, yeah. Bruno's there. Sancho, De Santos, Rashford. Oh,
Anthony,
interesting.
this is a tricky customer there. But I think these two guys, I think they're well equipped to deal with him. This will again, I think this will be enjoyable to watch. But will it produce result? That's where the question comes. But I'd rather him play that 4-2-3-1 formation to counter these guys. But maybe these guys are well acquainted with the formation than we do. So I'm not sure. Again, let's keep looking. Let's see what we have in the chat here. It says, "Big up, Roger." Again, I don't like a Pulisic anymore, but he should have started, in my opinion. Yeah, exactly. Even if you don't like him, you'd agree. He showed a better form than Starlin, at least. Again, but we're not sure what's going on here. Must be an injury. For who? For Koulibaly? I don't. I think this is just him strictly resting him. I don't know what's going on. These days we don't get, again, usually after the lineup comes out, we usually get some answers from the manager saying why a certain player isn't playing or not. We haven't seen anything like that on the ground, Potter. There's one logical explanation. Potter is assisting Southgate into sabotaging the U.S. World Cup by not playing Pulisic. Yeah, I get
You know,
it.
that's more logical than anything I can think of.
Yeah,
Seriously, because it's not based on form. That's funny though. That's very funny.
yeah. I am not surprised that Koulibaly isn't starting, but why isn't he even on the bench?
That's what worries me. Who do you
Yeah,
see
that's the
going in?
thing.
If
Mhm,
Silva, the young spring chicken Silva, who is
mhm.
an amazing player, God forbid, if something happens to him, who do you see? What, Loftus going in his place? Come on,
No, I don't. I think the readjustment would be what's his name,
back
Chalobah
four.
going centrally, Aspilicueta coming right centre back position, and Koulibaly remaining where he is, and then
Yeah,
one more player coming in. But
yeah,
he should be
that's
on the
right.
bench.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Aspie can go to right centre back, right? You're correct.
yeah.
But
So
that's not a very tall lineup.
not the most effective either, but it's
No,
one that can work if that's again if worse come to worse, if Thiago Silva gets injured and since Koulibaly isn't on the bench. But I think that's a risk. Even if you're rotating the team, I think he should at least be on the bench. I'm not sure. Here we have again. It says if he was arrested, he should at least be on the bench. I thought so also. But here's the thing. I think Potter's approach of resting player again involves the player not being in the lineup. We've seen that with Chilwell. He wasn't even in the on the bench
what
in the last game we played, but
what
now
about
he started.
Silva? What about Silva when we last rested Silva? Was he on the
Yeah,
bench?
so he also wasn't on the bench too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's his own way, but to me, it's a risk. Really, I'm not sure what he's doing there.
When you
Again,
consider the opponent, coach, when you consider the opponent, it's a big risk.
you mean not having? Yeah, it is indeed.
This is a big game. This isn't, first round League Cup. This
Hmm.
is top 16.
Yeah, I'm not sure what what the decision is about. I got my again tinfoil hat on on today. Again, playing three at the back. Got to watch the United long balls again. They're very direct, and especially again, Fernandez is such a fine passer of the ball. Ericsson the same thing. Plus this guy Casemiro, the three of them they, again in a triangular shape. One, two, three. I think the three of them are very good at passer of the ball. Again, from that deep, Ericsson, can shoot quite well. The three of them can also shoot very well too. And my concern from our own perspective is the two, again, last two games we played, there's always been spaces here with Jorginho and, again, whoever he played with not paying attention because these guys, they don't even need it. They don't usually, if they find space, Fernandez, Casemiro, and Ericsson, if they find space, they're capable of shooting, again, outside the box with, again, a very scary precision. So, yeah, because we don't have a traditional DM who's able to read it and say, okay, this is going to happen, and then try to do something to stop them. But that's by the way. Let's see what we have here. Again, it's okay to do that when you have cover, but if Silva gets injured, we're in big trouble. Again, it would take some adjustment at the back line there to get the team up and running again with Chalobah going centrally. We need 3 points, but it's not going to be an easy one. I am worried for Aspie today on the wing back. He looked really tired after the last game. I've seen him again sprinting back while grinding his teeth. Hope we somewhat again he's somewhat recovered. I think a day is enough, and plus he takes good care of himself. I think we're fine there. Application is what matters. We can do it in a way that he doesn't have to run too much, but we don't know until the game starts. But just quickly, IBZ, your thoughts on the lineup again? Are you concerned? Do you think that's the best we could do? Do we have him there, or have I even added him? Yeah, I've added him, but maybe he may well be busy doing something else. So let me say, yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead. Oh, you're there, bro?
I'm there, all right. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. I hope you're good.
I'm all good, brother. How you doing?
Awesome.
How you doing? How's Panda doing?
Fine, fine. Awesome. Your thoughts on the lineup, or would you have done anything differently?
Would I have done anything differently? No, we have injuries to our back line, so that has to suffice in what Kukurea and Thiago Silva and Trevor Chalobah. Midfield, I heard Zicario's playing today. That's just a rumor. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a rumor, probably. But yeah, the lineup seems realistic. It looks strong enough. This is it. We don't have a deep squad. This is it. This is it. Jorginho, after you play the full 90 against Brentford. All right, let's see how it goes. I was expecting cover, but we'll see how that goes. Mount, Sterling, and Aubameyang. Yeah, that makes sense as well. Pulisic will come on. Those guys will come on. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm not really worried per se. I'm worried about obviously. I thought it would be Casemiro and Fred. So we have Eriksen, Casemiro, and Bruno. Yeah, it's a good game. It's even. Hopefully we get away with the results. The result is what we need.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
The insights show in terms of form and everything else. I think again on paper it's you can say we're even. We're ranked 19 goals scored. Again, per game we score 1.5. They're ranked 19 goals scored per game. They score 1.5. Chelsea haven't lost to Manchester United again in their last 5 games. Yeah, but again it's the same thing. Only 1 win in 4 draws. They haven't lost in 5. Again, we haven't lost again. How many? 7? So, but if you're looking at the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, we've won 1, 2, 3, 4. They've won 1, 2, 3, 4, drawn 1, and again, which again the goals just 0-0. The same thing as us. So the difference is that they won their last game, and we drew our last game. So again, you can say on paper it should be a balanced matchup. Some people think they're in a better form to us, but what I saw against Tottenham, I don't think they're all that thing we made it up to be. Again, I think it was a flattering result to say the least. But I don't know how else to put it. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me. Here again, if there's no defender on the bench, how can that make any sort of? It doesn't really. I don't know. Potter, I think that's too much of a risk. Why would he? Even I'm sure Koulibaly. He's fine if it was anything about, again, if it's an injury, I think he'd say it. But he hasn't said that. I says, I am worried about Cucurella on the left center back position. We have better players than him to play there. I think he's able to fulfill that role. And I'm all for, the rotation between Silva and Koulibaly. Koulibaly is experienced enough to, lead that role comfortably, but I don't know why he's not even on the bench. IBC, while I'm still with you, what do you think the fact that, again, Koulibaly isn't even on the bench? Okay, Roger, you already talked about it. It looks like IBC is using his device and it's not easy for him to unmute. That's where I'm concerned. And if you're in the chat, let me know what you think. No defenders on the bench. Again, I didn't even pay attention to that. That's concerning, really. Again, as you're coming in, if you haven't, take a second to like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Roger, your thoughts. The fact, we're just realizing we don't have any defenders. We don't have defenders on the pitch. Let me use this one here. I think I'll be able to see the whole bench here. It is concerning, really. Just give me 1 second. Where is it? Why am I not seeing it? Okay, there you go. I'm seeing it here. Okay, line up.
The only one is
let me
Mendy
see.
and Zakara. They're the only 2 realistic, quote unquote,
go ahead.
defensive players.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, it is Kovacic, Zakaria, Ziyech, Gallagher, Chukwuemeka, Pulisic,
and
Broya
Mendy,
Ampadu. No, Broya again and Havertz. It just doesn't make any sort of sense.
It's not balanced.
So, and this again highlights the fact that we really do not have a balanced squad. We have a lot of numbers in terms of we have a bloated squad. You could just say it like that.
Sure.
But in terms of balance, it's practically 0.
Well, don't forget.
I'm not sure.
Forget, we're missing Fofana. We're missing Kante. We're missing Reece. These are 3 big players. So, if they're healthy, then we're a little bit depleted defensively. So you have to take that into consideration also. I think that it should be an asterisk by that comment. Does that make sense? God forbid if we were missing 3 forwards, we could say, well, we're not very well balanced offensively. So you can say the same. We've been depleted back there. That does make a difference. But you're right, though. I would have at least had him on the bench in case of.
Exactly. It highlights the fact that we don't have that. So why risk leaving him up there? If anything happens, would be in serious trouble.
Then you put Loftus in a back 4 or back 3. That's your only other option if 2 out of the 3 go down. God forbid if the 2. Don't forget, in that FA Cup final, didn't we have 2 hamstring injuries in one half? So, that can happen. We've seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense. I'm confused as to why he would do this. I just do not understand, really. Koulibaly wasn't ready. It's a question, and it's one question that I cannot answer. Like I said before, usually, again, before the start of every game, the managers do get questions from a journalist and that regarding his decision on the lineup. But we haven't hear anything. But I think it's just him. I think there's a pattern to that already. We don't know too much about Potter, but we know fully well that when he rests players, he decides to rest a particular player. He usually leaves them out of the lineup. You reminded us of the case of Silva. When he rested him, he wasn't even on the bench. What's his name? Ben Chilwell, who didn't start the last one, wasn't on the bench. Again, so I think it's become a pattern now. So I'm not sure. I think it's fine, but it's a risk because we don't have any other defender on the bench. Let me ask you this, Rocha. Again, looking at this left-hand side, Cucurella, left centre-back position, Chilwell, again, left wing-back position. You like that or you're concerned?
I hope they've worked a lot on the training pitch together.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm hoping for, And Sterling, Chile, they must have a chemistry. They've worked in England together, on an England squad. Concern, I don't know whether I'd say concern, but I'm surprised we're using 2 of them, both of them in the game. I didn't think that would transpire at all, but it is what it is, as they say. I'm really not happy with the lineup.
But when you look at it, also you come to the conclusion. Yes, we couldn't. There's no that possibility to do otherwise in terms of the personnel, except for why isn't Pulisic starting? He should have found a way to accommodate him. He's shown again he's on form, but really. Here's the thing. With this, I'm concerned. Why
at least Kai's not starting?
Why not play it back 4 really?
Yeah, 4-2-3-1. Match them up.
Yeah, and then get the chance of again putting one of either Cucurella or what's his name Chilwell on the bench, which gives us a spare defender on the bench. So if anything happens, we can the adjustment will be easier than because how it will be now.
Look at that lineup. There's no way with these players you could use a 4-2-3-1. You can't. Mm-hmm. Where are you going to use a 4-2-3-1? Where's Chile going to go? In the midfield? If
you say, we can do 4-3, then Chile drops out for someone else to come in. Then we get more attacking player. But you could say, I said this now, we're playing, again, I know it's not, again, the wing backs, I know their primary responsibility isn't to defend. But the truth remains, you could say we're playing with you could say with 5 defensively minded players.
Yes.
You understand? If you're looking from the left, Chilwell defensively minded, Cucurella defensively minded, Thiago Silva, this one's by default. You know that. Aspilicueta defensively minded. So you could say it's a cautious approach. Yes. Now, if we go to a back 4,
pragmatic, if you will.
Yeah, a pragmatic approach. Again, we'll play these 2 guys, which will be Chalobah and Thiago Silva will start centrally. And then you can have either of these 2 guys play the left back. Play the left back position.
Hello, Coach. Are you there?
Yeah, 1 second. Sorry, I had to take care of something quickly.
It's okay, of course.
Yeah, if we go to a back 4, now these 2 guys play centrally, as I was explaining. Then you have Cucurella in the left back position. then one of them have to stay on the bench, and we'll have at least a spare defender on the bench to bring on if anything happens. And this guy comes to the right back position.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So then one of those five defenders will now join in the midfield or the attack. But again, like I said, this is a more cautious approach, really. I think he's trying, again, to him, this is an approach that will help him better deal with the Manchester United attack. Go ahead.
Is he showing Man United too much respect because of their offensive weapons?
That's a solid argument, really.
You see what I'm saying? If he didn't, and we got plastered for nothing, etc., then people would say, why weren't you more defensive minded? So, there's always a devil's advocate for anything. Listen, I trust him. I think it's very early in his tenure. I think he's a highly cerebral individual. I'm just shocked at two startling appointments or lack thereof. Pulisic and Koulibaly. But he knows better than I do. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's a guy that trains with them. We don't know. Exactly. Again, he made the decision, but we'll see what happens. Again, let's see. Again, Koulibaly. It's not about injury. I think he's ready. That's Potter. How Potter arrests players. I think we could say it's a pattern now. Big up to you too, Santiago Munoz at Chelsea 2-0. Mumu again says Giddy SVR. I'm not sure what that means. MUMU. Okay, to me in Nigeria that sounds like Mumu, which means a fool. But I'm not sure if that's what it means. Maybe it means something else. Koulibaly is either injured or ill. Let's hope it's the latter. But there's no talent. Roger did bring again highlight. It's a pattern now, really. What a horrible thing to say but context. Yeah, I totally understand. Again, we sign all that again defender just for being not ready in the game like this. I don't think he is. I don't think it's a case of him not being ready. Probably Potter's way of resting him and then feeling confident that even if anything goes wrong, he can still readjust the back line and will still be comfortable. But again, even if he's fit, with Reece James fit, I think we still need more numbers in the defensive area. In the midfield, you can say we have a lot of numbers. If we're counting the young stars, Casadei and Chukwuemeka, plus all this we have there. And then in the attacking area, the same thing. I hope Chelsea win for Ronaldo. Well, I don't know what you mean. I don't want Ronaldo at the club.
Yeah.
Again, yeah. Aldrin beats us again. This game today is absolutely massive. I think if we lose the title race for Chelsea, it's done. You could say that, but mathematically we're still in it. Again, I like it that we're again. Some of us are nervous. Some of us are scared actually that we're going to lose this one. That's when usually Chelsea can do well.
Coach, do you know what? You know what though? The good news is, for our subs, you've got Carney, you've got Gallagher, you've got Broja, you've got Pulisic, you've got Kovacic to come on. These are some seriously bloody good players to come on.
But in the attacking area.
Yeah, no, indeed. But if we need, I'm just saying, think about it. Well, Kovacic's not so much attacking, but seriously, Carney Chukwuemeka is phenomenal. He could come on. I didn't mention Havertz, but I do really like him. Conor Gallagher, Broja, Pulisic, Kova. We have depth. I think we have better depth than they do.
In the attacking area. Here's the thing. I know if we say, if the only injury, if anything happens, of which I'm not praying for anything to happen, and I believe nothing will happen. If anything happens, again, and it's Thiago Silva, we can readjust and then still be good. But we're seeing games where 2-3 players from a team gets injured in a single game. And I don't want that. I'm not praying for that to happen. So that's why I'm saying it's too much of a risk, except if something, again, isn't quite, again, if Koulibaly is ill, if it's, again, a knock or anything. But I'm not sure that's the case, really. Let me catch up with more stuff we have in the chat here. Again, the game today, I've read that one. It says, again, Chelsea win Yeah, I still do believe we can win. And if you're watching, if you haven't, please do take a second to like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you so much for all the support. Again, big up, Pichula says, the queen of the house, big up to you too. Thank you so much. I know you're very busy, but I appreciate you finding time to join. So thank you. Again, let's see anything else here. Nothing else. Again, they are not much good to you if you're down a defender. Yeah, exactly. Again, go ahead. You were saying something, Roger.
No. It's I'm looking at their bench, and they're not the deepest. Let's be honest with you. I mean, they've
Well, in
got
the
Fred.
defensive area, you can say they're good. They still have. Okay, let's look at who's starting for them and their bench. If you look at what they have, man, they have Martinez, they have Varane again. But on the bench, they should still have again Lindelof. Did he leave?
No, he's there.
Exactly, and they still have Maguire. Is he again? I'm guessing he's on the bench too, but I can't see
No,
everything
he's
here.
not. He's
Oh,
not.
he's not. Okay. But that's why at least they have one on the bench. Again, one
Sure.
recognized defender who can come in and do a good enough job. But in that case, yeah, it's not the same.
But look at their bench though. McTominay,
Mhm.
he and Fred. Okay, for the midfield, they have nothing going forward. Really, I mean, they've got all their guns on the, with the exception of Ronaldo. They've got Rashford, Sancho, Anthony, and Bruno. That's it. That's their whole load.
But here's why I think they still be fine. Again, even without them not having that much again depth in terms of in the attacking area, I think they have midfielders who score goals too.
No,
Not
that's
I
true.
think they have that. So
Yeah.
again, you can
And
say
we
that
don't.
cancels. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. You were saying something.
Yeah, and we don't primarily. I agree with you. Our
Yeah.
midfield, historically, the last few years, are not exactly a bunch of Frank Lampards, are they? So, sadly. But having said that, how often does Ericsson or Casemiro or Fred score? Not really, when you think about it. I know Ericsson, he's more, shall we say, technical and more clinical, but not really, actually. I mean, we make fun of Maguire, but I tell you what, and his nickname in the England squad is called Slabhead because of his big forehead. But he is very powerful in the air, at corners trying to attack. That's the one thing I like about him. They don't have him. I'm trying to think. I do rate Shaw quite highly and Dallo. Those two are quite good, actually. Um, but I'm just saying, if they need to be subbed off, who do they have to replace their front three or four? No one really of any noteworthy notes. That's what I'm
Mhm.
trying to say. Where
Mhm.
conversely speaking, you can say it's quite the opposite for us. We have a lot of guns on the bench. That's the only advantage I can see going forward.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
my observation.
Yeah, again, I think as long as Jorginho and Loftus-Cheek, as long as they pay attention, again, this again for Fernandez, Casemiro, and Ericsson, they'd be able to stop them from scoring from outside the box again because you can close them up. But if you give them the slightest of chance, again, like before you recover, they take a good shot from outside the box. Like I said, this triangle here, if you want to see it this way, from this guy to this guy and this guy, you can say a
Bruno
perfect.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
Bruno.
Casemiro shoots quite well too, and Ericsson, shoot quite. And Ericsson actually does have a good record against us.
Yeah, and he's good at free kicks.
Yeah.
Set pieces, he's good. So is Bruno.
Mm-hmm.
And Rashford. I don't deny that. But, I really expected Fred to start. So this tells me they want to control the game, which means we have Mr. Slow Motion Aubameyang himself. We
Yeah,
have no threat.
just go ahead. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Go
we
ahead.
have no threat going forward with the exception of Sterling for pace. I was hoping Pulisic would play. He has tremendous threatening speed. And okay, Sterling is fast. Mount is quite fast, but Aubameyang, I don't see his pressing ability. I just don't. And I prefer him to come on as a substitute with between 20 and 30 minutes left, so he's fresher when their defense is somewhat, shall we say, drained. I don't know. I'm somewhat perplexed. I'm still not sold on Aubameyang. I really am not. I prefer, believe it or not, I'm going to get lambasted for this, but I actually prefer Kai and Broya, but so be it.
I think in the case of Kai, I think he deserves again to be on the bench at least
No, I agree. I agree.
for a game or
Yeah.
two. He needs to do some self-assessment
Yes, he does.
because his situation is kind of weird. It's hard to understand what's really going on
I'm a big fan
with
of
him.
his, and I must admit but he doesn't really usually have stinkers. He's a smooth, silky player. It's very
Hmm.
technical. I like him. But you're right, though. I think he does need to sit and maybe recharge the old batteries.
Hmm. Yeah, he needs that again. Maguire again. Let me see a big plan. Kukurea and Chilwell are too poor. I don't think they are. Kukurea, remember, he played there before. I think he played there against Wolves and he did quite well. The subsequent games, the issues we had in that games aren't down because of his inability to defend. Again, we had more. Again, the issue is deeper than we were able to see on that day on a surface level. And left centre back Kukurea, again, coach, when you are going to accept this reality, because the result at this point you could say is mixed. Really, it's mixed. He's done quite well there for us, and he's done badly too. Which on that day you can argue the whole team was poor. So it's just easy to start pointing fingers, especially at him. But let's see again today. Maybe he proves everyone wrong. So Aubameyang is quick, but you could say his pace has reduced as his aging is not that quick anymore. He's quick, he gets tired easily, which is natural given his age and all that. And if you're watching, if you haven't, please do take a second again to like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And Wyclef W again, yeah, I like that name, one of my favorite musicians. But again, welcome to the channel. Again, if this is your first time, please don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Shambles lineup. Why is the Jinho and Loftus-Cheek in a pivot again where they are up against Casemiro and Ericsson? What would you have done differently, base a studio? I really want to know. And by the way, good logo there. Again, the construct of the B and the C is just perfect. But I want you to elaborate on why you think it's a poor decision. We just can't do otherwise. You can say again, and let me just put it this way: Zakaria at this point is the unknown. We don't know what he's produced in training. If he's being exceptional in training, he'd be starting. But again, this is the best we can do. Loftus-Cheek with his, you can say his physical attribute can help deal with the physical aspect of the whole thing. We can't do otherwise. It's as simple as that. Kovacic, again, I wouldn't say a mix. Again, a combo of Kovacic and Jorginho will be even worse. And that's the truth. Again, but elaborate. I really want to understand where you're coming from. Maybe there's something to learn there. No Havertz, again, he's useless. I'm not going to say he's useless. Again, he's on a poor run of form, which some people argue it's been for a while now. Maybe again, if you say hasn't been consistent, I maybe listen to you, but I wouldn't say he's useless. You're delusional if you prefer Kai to Oba. I don't know who is, not me. But I'm not sure what you're saying. Maybe you didn't pay attention to what the person said. Let's look at this. Roger, again, I think really Chilwell and Kukurea, I think they're capable of doing a good enough job in stopping Anthony on the flanks. But usually Anthony's thing isn't really going down the flanks. I think his best attribute is that signature move of cutting back in and taking again a very nice shot with his left foot. So what do you think? I think this idea here probably was intentionally done, but the question remains: when he cuts back in, will Jorginho be smart enough or Loftus-Cheek read the game and then close him up before he gets a chance to shoot?
Yeah, I mean, you're quite right. This is signature move, isn't it? Cut in. Mm-hmm. It's like Mahrez. It's like Ziyech. Heavily predominant left-footed players. I like to cut in, playing on that side of the field, and just cut in and use their. And you must admit, I'm not sure if Anthony is any good with his right foot. From what I've seen, he leans heavily on his left, as the most prominent left footers, like a Foden, a Mahrez, a Ziyech, etc. And I see the same with him. he's going to rely heavily on cutting back inside and delivering or shooting. So I hope, obviously, if they've done their homework, which I'm sure they have, then they're going to be prepared for that. At least they should be. If not, then gulp.
Yeah, at least they should be. Again, that's a better way to say. I think they should be able to do. But what my point is, again,
I like that. I like that
Anthony's,
combo, though.
Anthony's. Go ahead.
I like that combo, though. I think hopefully those two, Cucurella and Chile, should be able to contain him in that regard. But
yeah, but the truth remains, you know, his concern wouldn't be anything on the flanks.
The other thing we have to look at is not giving away needless free kicks in between 20 to 25 yards out. We need to desist from doing that. That's imperative that we do that. Don't give them any chances because they have the talent from free kicks, from set pieces to put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, but here's what I was going to say. Now, I understand your point, but what I was going to say is this. Anthony's, again, what he does the most damage to opposition isn't on the flanks, a straight line here, no. Or again, sometimes he does, again, try to make his way down the flanks and put in crosses. But what I fear the most is him cutting back in, because once he cut back in, he's canceling out these two guys. Except if he cuts back in when Chilwell is marking him, Cucurella will be in the right place to take care of him. Or if he cuts back in and beats Cucurella, Chilwell will be in the right place to take care of him. But if those guys, if any of them didn't do what I just explained, will Jorginho be able, or Loftus-Cheek, to read the game very well and close him up on time before he shoots? So again, it's a difficult job. Let me catch up with the chat, and I'll come back to the panel. I'll bring Bobby in to see what he thinks. Here we have, again, Wycliffe says, I'd rather know Jorginho due to the fact that defending the counters, again, he defends very, very poorly. Again, he leaves us vulnerable. Then what should we do? What should we do and do differently? Again, that's what we can't do otherwise. It's as simple as that. We don't have too much. Look at the bench and tell me how you think we should do, or what else you think the manager should have done. Again, Havertz is bagging today with Shush fans and go quiet for 4 games. Okay. Jorginho, and that stands and starters very well. And I was reading it, think, okay, he's going to say everything nice about Kai Havertz. And then that one comes in. Yeah, Jorginho will have a masterclass today. Again, I think there will be space. Let's see how he performs. I'm hoping he have a good game. We have to win. No draws, no losses. Again, a win puts up, again, you can say solidifies us as status again as title contenders, if you prefer. Jorginho is not able to coach. He's not a coach. Again, where's Kovacic on the bench? Zakaria on the bench. Chilwell will get burned by, again, Dalot. Your left side is going to be demolished. It's starting soon, so we'll find out. Again, love to playing alongside with Jorginho. Yeah, again, I think that's the best we can do. We can go with at this point. Havertz will do nothing. Koulibaly injured. I knew he would not leave him out completely. You heard he's injured? Oh my.
That's not what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, I was, again, I'd rather it be like, okay, he's resting him. That's why he kept him out of the lineup. Finally, match day, and we're here and hope we'll get a win. It can be, my team just drew 1-1 to, again, Levy. Is that what it is? So I need a Chelsea to win. You just jinxed everything we've been talking about. Yeah, but that's, by the way, Bobby, coming to you. Your thoughts on the lineup. Any concerns for you, or do you think the manager, you think he should have done something differently?
Sorry, I didn't catch some of that. What did you say?
The lineup overall, I'm sure you've seen it. Again, the manager, do you have any concerns? And also, do you think the manager should have done anything differently?
Personally, I would have started Pulisic ahead of Sterling. I think Sterling hasn't been on form. The left side could be a concern if there must be concerns, as indeed could the right side. I mean, defensively. But all in all, I mean, the Man United team on paper. They're a very, very good side, probably the strongest side we've faced for a while. But I want to see a good winning performance. We haven't seen a good winning performance by Chelsea in the Premier League for a long
Especially the
time.
last 3 games, right?
Yeah, for a long time, and it's about time we did that. I think this is a Potter game. Today's game is really down to the coach. He's got to come up with tactics that will make Chelsea difficult to beat and productive offensively. That's all there is to it. I don't feel any fear as such. I know if we turn up and we put our tactics right, we will beat these people. But if we start playing like we did against Brentford, or like we did in the game before that, then
Mm-hmm.
it'll be a problem.
Yeah. Again, we can ride our luck on this one. Like the last 2 games, they are, you can say, they're much more efficient than those 2 teams in front of goal. Again, and we have to take our chances when it comes. If they get theirs, half a chance they have 1 goal. So we must again be careful. So just learned from Liam Lane that Tuchel confirms that Koulibaly is injured. That's unfortunate. We're in serious trouble. And why we let that part? Sorry.
Wrong manager.
Yeah, and again, also Rangers manager will probably be sacked. Does anyone have Tuchel's number? Yeah, I think I can help you. Richard via Twitter. No need to hope for clean sheets again. Today we need to win, draw again. No draw or no loss again. It sounds easy again. It's over the next course of 90 minutes. I think we'll find out. We need again physicality in the midfield. We have again Loftus-Cheek there, but he lacks something you could say that primarily he should have. Again, in terms of reading the game, that's not his best, but he can put in good tackles. He has the pace to catch up with anybody and put in good tackles. But in most cases, it's not about pace. It's about you being able to read the game and be at the right place at the right time. Why Pulisic is not starting is so, again, puzzling, is so baffling, is so concerning. I'm not sure how else to define it. Mind you, not even that they're not. Again, like I said, like somebody said during the Blue Morning show, if the win against, again, Tottenham, you could say it was flattering. Tottenham had chances again to be the first to score again during the game, but they didn't. Pulisic has to start as much as I don't rate him anymore. Again, even if you don't rate him, I agree. He's in a better form than Raheem Sterling. He should start. I'm not sure what's going on. Again, Kim, so again, they're talking to each other there. I see it's been a minute, brother. I hope you're doing well. Please do let me know how you're doing. Again, I hope you're okay. He says, I don't feel comfortable with this lineup, but what else can we do differently? The only question now, we've heard that Koulibaly is injured, so we couldn't have done anything differently than what we have. Again, in the midfield area, if we're talking about having somebody who's physical enough to at least unsettle Casemiro and Eriksen, it is a Loftus-Cheek. Jorginho isn't going to be able to do that. Zakaria is unknown, no matter how you say it. Yeah, we knew him from when he played in Germany, from again playing for his country, but we don't know his recent form, which we don't know how badly he was that Juventus decided to let him go on loan. So yeah, again, maybe Aubameyang, you could say maybe start Broya over him for his space and power again, but his intelligence does more too. I don't think we could win this game. Again, I like to see if I see more of those comments, which to me just means we're going to end up winning it anyway. Aubameyang scores today. I hope he does. Sorry, Kachila University got me busy. You don't have to be sorry about it, bro. I love education, and I'm happy you're going to school. That should be your priority. You don't gain anything except for the content. You don't earn money from watching and being part of the show. So yeah, but the good thing is that you're well. You're working towards your future, and that's important. Let's play Zakaria at left center back. Yeah, Tuchel said he could play everywhere. Now, Ty, your turn now. Your thoughts on the lineup again. If you were Graham Potter, would you have done anything differently?
Honestly, I'm not surprised. I mean, obviously, Koulibaly being injured meant that we have nobody else that is left-footed that has some history playing as a left centre back other than Kukurea. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, him playing there makes sense. And I think probably that is one of the reasons why Chilwell is starting. Because I personally think that if Koulibaly was fit, he would have started, and then Kukurea probably would be the one playing more advanced.
Mm-hmm.
I think, or in terms of the midfield, I was expecting that, so I'm not surprised. So it hasn't really come as a shock. Aspi, I mean, despite me saying, on the in terms of the prediction show about wanting RLC to be playing as a right wing back, I mean, I eventually accepted that Aspi is most likely the one that would be playing. So if that's the case, then there's nothing really much that I can do about that. I just have to accept and just be hopeful that it works out. I mean, Aubameyang starting, it's something I expected. What surprised me though is the fact that Pulisic isn't playing, because I think, especially after the impact that he made in terms of against Brentford, despite not scoring, he deserved at least a start based on merits. Sterling has really been the highest form, and for him to still be starting, I don't know. I don't want to suspect that it's something that I don't like, which is bias, but it's still too early. I don't want to say, but there's some early signs that perhaps that is the case. But I'm not ready to assume anything yet.
Yeah, assumptions again are very dangerous, but whatever is happening, it's open for interpretation. Here's the news here, as brought to us by again Glenn. He says again, we lost Khalid Koulibaly, so we cannot play him, and then we've got a couple of players returning who recovered against Brentford. Thiago Silva couldn't play in the week. So again, this begs the question: why did we let what's his name, Ampadu leave on loan in the first place? Even you could say it was a young kid that went the other way again on loan to Brighton.
Can I answer that?
Yeah, go ahead.
A lot of that is this Chelsea send away lobby group. Sell him, sell him, sell him, sell him. Get rid of, get rid of, get rid of. I think the fan base have a lot to do with that. They keep on badgering players. Oh, he should go away. Oh, he should go. Every stupid rumor, they exacerbate it by supporting it. So of course the club let him go. So now we're thin. We're thin enough as it is. You have to have players in reserve. This is a squad game.
It's
If your
imperative.
favorite player is on the bench, it's not the end of the world. His time will come. Look at Chalobah. They were pandering for Chalobah, go, 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 go. And some of us were saying, relax, his time will come. Well, look what's happening now. This is the age-old Chelsea story where the only fan base that wants to get rid of players that are going to be useful to us.
Exactly, Bobby.
Here, here.
It's stupid. It's stupid because that's the narrative that people use. They say that he's too good to be on the bench. You can only play 11 players. Obviously, no matter what, the squad is essentially slightly two times the amount of players you can play on the pitch. So clearly, people are not going to play sometimes. But you can't be that he's too good to be on the bench, because anything can happen. Football can change in the blink of an eye. Something can change that you don't want to see a change on, and some expectations that you didn't expect to happen. So people, in terms of Ampadu leaving, or perhaps Levi Cole, although we know that was important in order for us to get Kukurea and things like that, you needed to keep depth and keep players that can help you to develop depth. And right now we're very slim on centre back side. It's starting to show, and we're using players that are more effective in advanced positions, deeper, just to accommodate the weaknesses that we have. And it's unfortunate, but it just shows that there was not much planning, perhaps in terms of looking at worst case scenarios to say that, what if this happens? We have players that have injury histories that keep them off for long periods. Prepare for that just in case. I don't really think the
players.
was there.
We got rid of Ampadu to get Zakaria that clearly none of the managers trusted. It's insane. Stupidity. Absolute stupidity. So, Ampadu could have helped us in that left back position, as well as CDM.
Yeah, he could
I'll
have.
never
Yeah.
understand it.
And again, he's capable of leading the back line better than a Chalobah could, because that again, but he's not here. But he will come back, and I think even if Bolly was part of the decision that let him leave alone in the first place, I think he'd be learning and tanking the stats. He didn't let Chalobah leave too, because yeah, it would have been very crappy right now. Frimpong from Leverkusen could be a good right back. Yeah, but again, we'll see if the club wants him. That's the only time he comes. Zakaria should be at CDM. He's there. He's on the bench. Let's see if he gets to play. I think even if the manager doesn't like him, I think he'll be forced to play him. Maybe really, Zakaria is the guy. Again, if anything happens in the defense, he could play there too. We've heard. Again, a mate of mine again said it earlier today. Zero expectations for Aspie. He has solidified his legendary status. Everything is now is bonus. I think it makes perfect sense. I wanted Apatu to say. I wanted him to stay too. Mikai says Ronaldo will be fine on the bench. I don't think he's even on the bench for them. He's not actually. He's suspended by the club. And here we have again. Let's see again. Man United midfield concerns me. Hope we won't. Again, give them a chance to press. Here's the thing: it would have been even much bigger concern for me had we seen the pairing of Casemiro and what's his name and Fred. But it doesn't look like Ten Hag is paying attention to the statistics of those two. That all the games they played for Brazil, they've only lost once. If I were Ten Hag, I wouldn't drop Fred. Actually, yes, Eriksen, he has a good history against us. But I don't think he does anything today. Ronaldo is suspended. Yeah, that's the truth. That United really does look dangerous. They do look dangerous, again, in the attacking area, which my concern is shots from outside the box. I'm not really that concerned about carpet crosses or, again, air really also, you could say we have issues air really, especially on the left-hand side. But let's see how we deal with it. But this triangle here, Fernandes, Casemiro, and Eriksen, those guys can shoot again deliciously well from outside the box, and we don't have two guys. Again, Jorginho can read the game, but sometimes we'll be too slow to get close to the man to close him up, and then they shoot even before he gets close to them. Loftus-Cheek is quicker, but doesn't read the game as not as good as Jorginho does. So yeah, it's we just have to do with what we have right now, hoping for a win, but nothing. Yeah, again, I hope it happens. Come on, Blues. Let's see what Mikhail says. Big up Blues again up to Chelsea. Expectation today is not embarrass ourselves. That's all I ask. But Ten Hag needs again a favor. Let's not do the Chelsea thing again. The good thing is that we all feel like we're all concerned and scared. And when that is coming from Chelsea fans, I am looking for again. I won't be. I think we'll do anything again. It's a serious problem. Chile needs to stay right. Okay, let's see one more thing. 6-0 for Chelsea. Yeah, again, good luck. Again, if you haven't, again, I'll take a second, like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, I think we should call it a day because we have, again, a watch along show to do on the other channel. So no need, again, we're not going to even do predictions because we're just like 2 minutes away from the other show starting. So thank you so much to Roger, Ty, and Bobby for finding the time to join the show. And you
Enjoy
guys
the game,
also,
lads.
yeah, thank you very much. Enjoying the game, everyone. Off the Charles. Thank you. God bless us all. See you guys again where we do the watch along. God bless us all and bye.